Have you always wanted to start your own business? Do you have an innovative idea or an invention, but just don't know how to turn it into a company? Are you already in business and need some help growing? The BRF's Entrepreneurial Accelerator Program can help. At EAP, we work alongside you, helping you with things like financial modeling, funding strategy, pitch preparation, and marketing strategy. So what are you waiting for? Go to eapla.com today and set up a time to talk with our team. Let EAP help you launch or grow your business in North Louisiana today.
Welcome back to On the Cusp. Matt Snyder's back with me. And today we got our Minden girl with us today, okay? It's Sara McDaniels, and it's Simply Southern Cottage.
Yes.
And I said this earlier, and I'm going to start with this because you are the social media goddess, okay? Because I want you to tell your entrepreneurial story. Okay. Because you're the first one I think we've had on there that has this many followers.
Oh my goodness. Well, let me tell you, I didn't choose this life. This life chose me.
Okay.
This was not my intention. It's a long story, but I'll make it brief. I've always had like entrepreneurial stirrings in me, but I think I was scared to act upon them. And so, long story short, I was married and divorced. And after I got divorced, I realized I have got this amazing opportunity for a do-over. I can write the rest of my life how I want to. And so I decided to start putting something in place called FIRE. Do you know what FIRE stands for? So it's Financially Independent, Retire Early. And so I was about 34, 35 at the time and started living on about half my income because I saw the potential that real estate had for financial freedom and flexibility. And so because of that, I was able to save money and start buying property to accumulate so that hopefully when I'm 70, I can sell it all and, move to Greece for the rest of my life. But in the middle of kind of that journey, I came across this broken down house in Minden. And I was in Texas at the time, very happy in Texas, but felt the call to move home to Louisiana. And so I did, bought this broken down house, started social media accounts as I was doing the renovation process, and here we are today. I mean, that's really the simplistic way of how it happened.
And you just said you just got back from Nashville. You did a shoot in Nashville on this. So it's really grown.
It's so cool that there's so many things we talk about social media that has made life maybe more difficult or crazier or whatever.
Right.
But that is a side of social media that can't happen without social media.
That's right.
That's a part from the entrepreneurial side of the huge benefits. And we see it a lot. I mean, I can't tell you how many people we've talked to that's really, Ben, we talked to earlier with Clean Slate. There's no start
I love him,
to
by the way.
Yeah,
yes,
without social media. So
yes.
with you, that is undertold part of the story, so that's really cool. Okay, so you're remodeling this house, and you're just putting updates on social media.
Yes, that's
and
it.
Building kind of a brand around that.
It is, and literally before I knew it, Better Homes and Gardens shared my home on their account. And so I'm like, what is happening?
Oh my God.
Wow.
But then it started happening over and over and over. And, Country Living might have shared, Southern Living, and people are taking note of me. And I'm not a designer. I am not trained in renovation. I'm just learning trial by fire, putting myself out there, and people liked it. It's the craziest thing.
Okay, so this first house, were you gonna live in this house?
Yes, it is the house that I live in.
Okay, so the first one, you weren't even doing this as a business.
No,
you were just
it was just
making your house.
Just making my house. And it wasn't the first house I ever did. So I'd renovated houses in the past and built houses just on a very small scale. So I did have a little bit of knowledge of what I was doing, but it's
you were building your dream.
Correct.
Right. That's cool.
That's correct.
And that started, correct. So you were already in real estate.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Not like I am now, but a little bit.
So now, but you're more than real estate.
Yes.
Okay. So that got you going down the path of real estate in the Minden, Webster Parish, Bossier, everything. then where? What was next after that?
Gosh, so after that, I actually bought a long-term rental alongside that house. And so I was renovating a long-term rental at the same time. But then I also was dabbling a little bit in short-term rentals. So Airbnb, VRBO, and I really, really love that. I love meeting the people that come in and out.
In Minden, Louisiana?
In Minden.
Making Airbnb.
Yes.
And having people travel.
Yes.
I hear people say, oh, you can't get somebody to travel to Shreveport. You're getting people to travel to Minden.
I
Just
am.
based on what the property?
Yeah. So in a nutshell, yeah.
Because they're not coming to Minden for, I mean, I guess some are for business or something.
Yeah.
But these people are coming to Minden to just stay in this cute
They are.
property?
They are. So really, it got amped up about 2 years ago. So I found these 1931 historic villas in Minden. There were 8. It was the first set of apartments in Minden. And at the time, they were the most state-of-the-art apartments in the state of Louisiana in 1931. Wow. But for whatever reason, they went out of use in the 80s and were just dilapidated, full of asbestos, full of lead paint. And I'm the crazy one that took them on. And so through that, I partnered with Cottages and Bungalows magazine and American Farmhouse Style magazines, and they documented the process over the course of a year. So we got a lot of exposure on a national level for this project. And so now they are a little, 8 little boutique villas right off our historic downtown that people can come and stay in.
How cool.
It really is.
That is really
It's very
Now, I've heard
charming.
people are actually traveling I-20 and they're looking for that, and they're actually booking you, okay, to actually stay in Minden.
They
on
are.
their journey.
They are. We have a lot of people that stay because they watch the renovation and they want to come experience, what life is like in Minden. But then I have other people that happen upon our website, my social media, and that's a perfect example. We are a great place to stop for the night between, Dallas and Birmingham,
Right.
Dallas and Atlanta. And so we consistently see travelers that are just passing through and happened upon us and want to stay in a cute little property.
I love that.
So I'm sure you get this all the time, so I'll just do it when you
Okay.
get past it.
Okay.
I mean, the Chip and Joanna thing. I mean, here we go.
Yes.
Yeah, they changed Waco, though. You
Yes.
can't, no matter what you think about that.
Right.
You can't deny it. Me and
Yeah.
my wife stopped coming back from somewhere, maybe Austin or something, and went to the silos.
Yes.
I mean, that's a game changer.
It is a game changer.
And so you're doing that in a small way in Minden, Louisiana right now.
I would love to see Minden just blow up like that. And let me just be very clear, I am one small part of what is happening in Minden. There
Right.
are many visionaries there that are trying our best to make our town amazing and a destination
That's
that people
cool.
want to come.
Yep.
And so I'm just a small part of that, but I love being able to use my social media to promote our town.
Minden has always had this magical charm though when you drive through it.
You should see
there
it
are
right
some
now.
crazy,
Yes.
cool homes that you hear about Natchitoches and you hear
Right.
about something. I think Minden's so overlooked in that.
It is.
I can't wait to drive through now and see your
Yes.
place. Now that we're talking.
I've always said Minden will benefit from the Barksdale East Gate.
We
You
are
watch.
definitely hoping for that.
You're going to see
So-
that when that gate is open.
Yeah,
The
'cause that
people
would
that are
not be that
assigned,
far.
it's not any different from driving from Shreveport. And I know people that live in East Texas that work at Barksdale Air Force Base. Okay, so you're going to be in Minden. You're going to get that small town.
Yes.
Okay, the small town feeling you're looking for. Okay, and you're going to drive maybe 15, 20 minutes to the East Gate to go
That's
on
right.
base.
And
That's
we
huge.
have a study, I can't remember where I heard this exactly, but you can get to the East Gate faster from Minden than you can from Benton.
I believe you
because of
can.
the traffic.
Well,
It's a much-
absolutely.
Well,
You can.
yeah.
I lived in Benton. Okay, so I don't
Dave
get me
loves
started. Okay, on that. It takes me. I'll tell you this. It took me more time to get from Benton to my office here at the BRF than it takes me to get from Plain Dealing to my office now.
about
My
that?
wife. I told you my wife's from Plain
Yes.
Dealing, so we moved to the family farm.
Okay, so you do the renovations, then you do the 8 in downtown. So the brand is changing at this point.
It is. So
Like-
it's less about my cottage now and more about my style, which is happy, joyful, lots of pattern play, lots of texture combined with renovating these historic properties.
Cool. So those turn into products and
A little bit.
tell me about the business
Yeah.
now. What is
So
the business
it's
consist of?
crazy. So I actually have several.
Okay.
So I am a full-time real estate investor. So I have short-term rentals, long-term rentals.
Cool.
So I have a staff that helps me manage all of this. But in addition, I'm a full-time content creator. And so that means I am on Instagram, on social media, and that is part of my income stream. And so then on top of that, I still am doing a little bit of educational consulting. So before all of this happened, I was a teacher. And so for about 10 years, I was in public school between Plain Dealing and El Dorado, and loved it so much, but then transitioned over to an educational sales rep. And so I still have my toe like dipped in education, because you never know when everything else is going to go bad. So I'm actually over here running 3 businesses.
Wow.
That
It's
is
crazy.
impressive. But a lot of people come into our business accelerator and they think they're going to outsource their social media.
Oh yeah, I know.
And I'm like, that won't work.
Yeah, you
Okay.
have, if you're going to build a brand, like the brand is you. And you have to be the one interacting and engaging with your followers to build that loyalty and trust.
There's no way you can pay somebody to
That's
build
right.
that for you.
That's right.
Okay? And I keep telling people that all the time. I don't care. It's going to cost you so much money.
That's right.
When in actuality, you should learn the platform, understand what you're selling, and do it yourself.
That's right. That's exactly
Because
right.
they're not going to be around when you go in and you show them the floor that you got to replace.
That's right.
Right.
Okay?
That's right.
You got to do that.
And I think the big takeaway is that like people want these big social media followings and they want the exposure that comes from it, but they don't realize how much work it is.
Absolutely.
It is
That's
so
100%.
much work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Easily
It is a
34
full. I'm
hours
glad
a week.
you listed that as as a job,
Yes.
a business,
Right.
Because that is. I mean, I own a marketing company, work with a lot of different companies. People do not get what
They don't.
And at times, it's like if you're only going to do it a little, like
Right.
is it even worth doing? Almost.
That's right.
I mean,
That's
to
right.
do it right, that's the difference, and very few people do it right.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
I mean, you've got the entrepreneurial bug. You've done it in Minden. If there was some, what do you think's missing in our region? Okay, for the entrepreneurs, think about that. Because I'm always looking for what is the one thing we, the BRF, could do better that would provide to entrepreneurs on this journey. Because the way we look at it is, if we can get one person to take the jump, launch their business, they're going to hire employees.
That's
You want
right.
to solve problems in Northwest Louisiana? Hire somebody.
That's
Create a
right.
job. Do
That's
something
right.
that creates a job, and boom, you'll start changing things.
That's right. I think the key is something you just said or alluded to is just having that support piece. When I started really ramping up real estate, I mean, I don't know of really many people that are doing it like I'm doing it. And so I would go to the internet and look for podcasts and blog posts and things to support me. So I think it's just crucial to have that necessary support for young entrepreneurs that are up and coming.
Okay, we can do that. We try to do that all the time because, if you listen to all the naysayers are, and I'll bet you heard the same thing. Oh, you'll never make it.
Oh yeah, people
you're
thought I was crazy doing these villas.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
And I still may be, but so far so
So
good.
how long have they been open?
Just since February.
Okay.
Just since February. And
That's
we've got 2 full-time employees, 2 part-time employees, and then a lot of like subs that come in and out to help us do certain things. But it's I didn't realize what I was getting into. Just the magnitude of the renovation, first of all. It's
Right.
3 buildings, 4,500 square feet under roof, grounds upkeep, the constant turn of rooms and bedding and laundry. It is a lot.
So this is running like a hotel.
It is.
A hotel.
It is, yes. It is running like a boutique hotel.
Okay, what is it called?
The villa's at Spanish Court.
Okay, cool.
And so back in 31, they were called Spanish Court Apartments. And so just to bring it up a notch,
That's cool.
we
I love
changed
it.
the name to Villas. The
Yeah.
Villas at Spanish Court.
Awesome. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah,
That
they're
is
adorable.
really, really. So if you had the opportunity for let's say a young entrepreneur watches or listens to the podcast, what would you want to impart to them?
If it were me, I wish that I would have acted on the feelings and emotions I had when I was younger. I was always
that's
the
good.
person that looking for ways to earn extra money in high school, in college. I was always doing things, but I was afraid to take the leap into full entrepreneurship.
The leap is the scariest.
It is so
Everybody you talk
scary.
to, it's their
Yes.
favorite. When you look back, you're like, that's my favorite moment of my
Yes.
life. And a lot of times,
Yes.
like, so you're right. If young entrepreneurs
Yes.
just jump.
That's right.
Dude, this is gonna be cool.
That's right.
And
Like,
it's not about failing, is what I people come to me all the time. They're afraid to take the leap, and what I tell them is, look, it's not failing.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody calls it failing anymore.
Right.
If you don't go out there and do it and learn from
you'll
it,
change into something and
that's
you'll
right.
learn something.
You'll figure it out.
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah.
And you just have to do
and
it.
at least you did it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like, not to bash accountants, but I'd rather jump and miss than be an accountant.
Yes.
So I guess I am bashing accountants.
Well, we do need accountants.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry,
I'm not an accountant, but I do understand.
Don't
we
edit
do,
me, Dave.
Okay, we do need accountants. I don't want all the CPAs in town and in Minden, okay, coming after me. But
I'm sorry, Trey. That's my accountant.
okay, awesome. Well, Sarah, thank you for coming.
Sure,
This has
thank
been
you for having
great,
me.
and best of luck.
Yeah, it's
you.
really
with that.
awesome what
We're
you're
going to get
doing.
over to Minden, I promise.
Yeah,
We're coming
come
to
see us.
Minden.
We're
Come
coming
see
to
us.
Minden.
We
We
would
are.
love that.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Cool.